Hi, Colorful Roots family. It's your girl B here with another colorful conversation. I am super duper duper excited today because we have a wonderful guest that we're kicking off Black History Month with. And this is also kicking off our tourism guide where I am going to be communicating with people in different cities and states and learning about the Black history and culture from these places, accommodations, and all things. So when you go to these different areas, you know what to check out, you know the people of notoriety, you know what to do to support your people, where you go. So that's super duper exciting. And today's guest is Godfrey KHill, and I'm thrilled to have him here today because last month my husband and I went on a tour in Charleston, South Carolina, and it was like mind-blowing to say the least. Okay, I have to say that was like the most memorable tour I've ever had, both in what I learned, both in your and also in your delivery. It was out of this world, like most definitely. And a lot of people, I don't know, I guess I didn't really know a lot about Charleston and the history in Charleston. So I'm really excited to have you here so that you can share a lot of the history, what drew us to your particular tours, because we have that interest in the Gullah GeeChee people. And we wanted to learn more about that, and we learned way more than what we bargained for. And so,
thank you so much.
Wow. Yes. So welcome. I'm not going to over talk. I really want to start off just like you telling us about your tour, how long you've been in business, what motivated you to start your business. Let's go for it.
Okay. Thank you for your words, your compliments. Most memorable experience. That's amazing. That's heavy. That's heavy, man. You and your I appreciate it. But I do understand it's a big deal because our history, we have never been allowed to know our true history. We were never allowed to know the truth. And under the law, it was forbidden, or you were punished by death. So now, I am Godfrey KHill. Gullah Jack is what they call me. Gullah is what they call me, or Godfrey. Charleston is where I'm living, is where I'm from. The city is known for tourism. The business that I run is Gullah GeeChee Tours, or Gullah Tours, or Holy City, Holy Bible Tours. It's the same business. And I've been doing this licensed with the city for 5 years now, licensed with the city. But before licensing, our culture, we Gullah culture, we don't like being licensed because that is how the city controls our story. So, but I've been talking on our culture, for as long as I could remember. Before me, my grandfather was the legend, and he was the only father that I knew in this life, that he crossed over now. So before me was him. So I've been doing this all of my life. I grew up on that slave auction market downtown, the slave auction market that you saw. Wow. So in my family, they're still out there working on the slave auction market today. Wow. So this is my life. This is my entire life. And I understand how significant it is to know our true history. This is the #1 city in the world for tourism. Well, most people don't know that tourism is only a code name for history. History. So we're the #1 city in the world for tourism. We're the #1 city in the world for history. But Charleston's history is one thing. Slavery. That's all we have to offer. Just keeping it real. And it is 100% controlled by white lies. 100%. Over 900, almost 1,000 tour guides, certified tour guides, and 3 of us are Black. We're the #1 city in the world for the history of slavery, and we're not there at all. We have no parts.
Wow.
of
So
this
have
history.
you ever experienced one of the tours by someone that's non-Black to kind of see the difference? What are the differences between the experience you offer versus kind of how it's whitewashed or how it's delivered, from someone that's not Gullah?
Absolutely. That's a great question. Yeah. So before I began my business as a licensed, certified guide, I worked for the #1 carriage company in the nation, Palmetto Carriage Store. And the way they hired me was a joke because I was hired over the phone and they didn't want to hire me when they saw me because there are no Black tour guides. So for 6 months, I worked for this company as a tour guide, but I never did not one tour. So I learned everything they know about us, everything that they say about us. They have scripts. It was 3, then there's 4 scripts now that they memorize. And these people, most of them are not from Charleston, so they're not that passionate or sincere about the truth, about the history of you Black Gullah people. They're entertainers and they are only in it for the money, and they make the most money in the world telling our history.
Wow.
Because we're distracted with other things. #1 city in the world, the slave history, and they are still telling lies.
Wow. So